Architecture often fails. I want to talk to you about what happens when architecture fails, because what happens can be remarkable, and it can teach us about why architecture fails and what we can do about it. My name is Susane Havelka, and I'm an architect. 4 years ago, I visited a friend of mine in a northern Inuit community. The people there were generous and friendly. They invited me into their homes and shared with me their food. I even ate local caribou. I expected to eat caribou. What I didn't expect was to eat caribou sitting on the vinyl flooring of a house that was identical to a small bungalow in any suburban subdivision. I also didn't expect to find a community composed of cookie-cutter houses laid out along streets in a rigid linear pattern. I expected to find houses that reflected local culture and local climate, but I did not. I wondered why this was. A local resident offered me some clues. She said that up until quite recently, Inuit lived as nomadic hunters, but today almost everyone lives in towns and houses, rented houses, provided by the government. She doesn't know why all the houses look alike or why it takes almost 10 years to get a new one. She says that no one has any say in the material, placement, or even the color of his or her dwelling. So when I returned home, I was determined to learn more about why this housing was built so contrary to the lifestyle and the needs of the occupants. And I began to wonder how this resilient and resourceful people were adapting to this new built environment. So I went back to the northern community of Clyde River to find some answers. I found them in the areas in between the rows of cookie-cutter houses, in between the formal, rigid, bureaucratic. I found a remarkable hybrid architecture created by the inhabitants themselves to answer needs never considered by the foreign designers. I found self-built porches and outbuildings that were alive with microeconomies. An entranceway could double up as a tiny sculptor's workshop. I found scarce materials recycled and repurposed, old snowmobile tracks converted into skid-proof mats. Outside, residents were continuously working on snow deflectors and skids or cabins. Look closer and you might find plexiglass and shutters designed to keep polar bears out. All these cabins had small openings in the roofs called nostrils, crucial for proper ventilation. Now, I'm not saying this architecture is ideal, it isn't, and many of the world's indigenous communities face a similar challenge. But I'll leave you with this thought. Imagine what marvelous solutions these already ingenious populations could create given the opportunity, if they were the designers themselves. Thank you.